We are live. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? It's a beautiful Sunday evening here in Pescara, Italy, and we are so happy to be with you again. Welcome to our weekly podcast. Today, we are going to be speaking English, not the usual Yoruba that you usually hear from us. We apologize for the two of us that are absent today. So, due to some circumstances, we couldn't make it. So, the four of us that are here, so we are going to be representing them well. Today, we have a very, very interesting topic. But before we delve into the topic, I would like us to introduce ourselves for those who are going to be joining us for the first time. My name is Kafayat Akimbode. I'm based in Italy. I'm a Nigerian mom and I work as a baker, and I'm also doing this digital business as a second stream of income. So I'll give my colleagues the chance to introduce themselves, starting from the up left top corner of my head, Sister Birthday. I don't want to mention your name, so please introduce yourself to our audience so that they can know you and where you are chatting live from.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching us from tonight. My name is Felicia Bossede Akintola. I'm a mom to three children, two boys and a girl. I'm a wife. I'm a registered nurse. I work and live in the United Kingdom, but I'm originally from Nigeria. So thank you for always coming on live with us, and we hope you have a good time with us tonight, Sister
Pass it
Gani.
on to Sister Gani.
Good evening, everyone. And it's also depending on how when you are watching this video. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Ganiat. I live in France. I'm a mother to three adorable boys, but I'm also from Nigeria. I work in hotel and restaurant before, but right now I am running my business and I'm also still going to school to study more my French language. So thank you, and I hope you are going to enjoy us this night as well. Bring your tea and follow us as we go. Thank you so much. Perfect.
Good evening,
Over to
everyone.
you.
Good evening, everyone from Nigeria. My name is Adela Tolushe. I'm a Christian. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of two beautiful girls, ages 3 and 5. So I have two toddlers. I live in Nigeria, like I said. I used to work for the federal government of Nigeria. I worked for 14 years. Now I'm retired. So I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I run my business alongside. So thank you. We're going to have an interesting evening this night. Thank you.
Exactly. As she said, we are going to have an interesting evening with us. So, we are going to delve into an interesting topic today. As I said earlier on, we are going to be speaking English. And this topic that we are going to be discussing today is something that really affects everybody. We all know what happened in 2020 till around 2022 about the pandemic that struck globally, the way it has affected the economy, the way it's affected individuals and families. So we want to discuss as a moms, as a career women, as whatever, how this the impact this pandemic, the impact in the lives of everyone. So I'm going to be starting from Sister Felicia all the way from the UK. So I want you to give us a explanation about how this pandemic has affected you as an individual.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, for me, during the pandemic, right, because I work in the health sector, so I was really at the forefront. So it was really intense. I can put it that way because, you know, the healthcare was full of a lot of pressure. And at that time, we were even working shorts because if you're pregnant, if you are over certain age, you have to shield. So it meant that then we were few at work working. So it was really a time of struggle. And well, that's the health sector and work life for me. But at home as well, at that time, children couldn't go to school. They were now using internet. So for me, at the time, I had to go for a broadband that is actually faster so that children can actually learn, my children can learn faster, because that time they were using Seesaw for the primary, and for the secondary was Google Classroom and all that, and he needed to do their assignments. At that time, had two children that were in secondary school and my son was in primary. So and we needed a good internet connection. And it was a lot of pressure because at that time you can't just go out and just be doing any shift anyhow. You're really cautious because it's it's a kind of virus that was spreading so fast at that time. It's not like now. At least now it's a little bit going down, but at that time it was really intense. And because it was new, there was no vaccine, there was no treatment, there was nothing. So everybody was were cautious. We were all cautious, and it was a hard time, honestly. And I can tell you. And at that time, I think it was that time that people were working from, even the teachers were working from home, and the children would submit their work online, and teachers would do the assessment and everything. And I remember even then there was a lady I was friend with. She was working with the trust then. She was working from home. She was working in the community, and she would do all the allocations and all that because she was pregnant. And it was kind of a strange moment. It was a strange moment.
Exactly.
It was a time
Very
of, like, it was a time that we needed to have a rethink, because I had a rethink then that, God, if I was pregnant, it means that I'll be staying at home. And at that time, I was working with private. And if you're working with private, it's not like you're going to get your salary. You'll be getting money from the government. And now, talking about government, it also affected government, because then government was pumping money to do research on what can we use to curb this? How can we curtail this pandemic, just for it not to claim too much lives. And I remember then also some people on follow, we call them follow, like those above age 65 that had to stay at home. Government was supporting them financially. And it wasn't, honestly, it was a time that it was a time of struggle. I can say that again. But then that's how the pandemic had really affected me. It affected me working. Like, there was a lot of pressure on me at work, because if you have COVID, you can't go to work. So, and many of my colleagues will have COVID then, and then I will have to cover, and it was a lot of
cover up
pressure
for them.
cover up for them. And then the school parts and other, like, the food stuff. When we go to the shop, then there's a particular time that the shop will be open, and you are limited to the number of things you can get, because at that time I think there was control on things that could come in. So you are limited. Like, if you take bags of rice, you are limited to the number of rice you could get. Like me, with plenty of people at home. It was really a time of, I can tell you, it was a time of pressure. It was a time that we needed to think twice and think of the future, that if this would go on forever, what are the things that we can put in place? And at that time, people were working remotely, and a lot of people were actually, I know a lot of people that were looking for things to do online that would help them supplement their income, because whatever the government, even though they were shielding and the government will pay them, it won't be like a full salary. So it will be
Exactly.
something just there. It will be just a fraction of their salary. And at that time, a lot of people were looking for things online. And so that was the time this digital thing went into transformation, because
Ira.
before then, I know there was Google Classroom, right, where they put assignments, but then there was no, like, teaching online, like real teaching. That was the time that the real teaching actually came in place. And now we are all global, we are all digital. So that's how it affected me. Thank you. Sorry for talking too long, but I just felt.
Honestly speaking, you talk too long, but you spoke sense. Most of the things you said were actually the things that are really, really, really important. So aside from the struggles that you had to cover up for people at work, and working from home, no, you weren't working from home, as in trying to take care of the kids and the rest. But we thank God for everything anyway. So let's listen to Sister Ganiat. How has this COVID-19 affected you?
Like me, it was just really because I was then I was working in hotels. So hotel compulsorily we have to close down. So we are just home during that period, doing nothing except the children's school that Sister Bosses talks about, Sister Felicia. That is just like me by that time. I couldn't even speak that French very well. So it was headache for me to teach my children from home, because I couldn't even even translate what they are saying, because the children, you'll be teaching them, they'll be telling you This is not how their teacher used to tell them. So it was a really headache for me that period. And talking about food, there is a magazine very close to us. There is a particular time we have to go out and go and buy food. And after some time, some associations start bringing some, we call it pasta, parts.
Palliative.
They will start bringing it for us at home that we should not go out. Despite that we did not go out, maybe it's because of magazine. Do you know we still caught the COVID in our house? We don't, I'm telling you, all the house we have COVID and then we cannot go out. They will be calling us from the hospital. How are you feeling, guys, today? Don't go out, oh, lock your door inside, don't come out, you know. And the children, they are so bored and tired, you know, they cannot go out. It was a bad moment, that COVID-19. And then that was when I even started thinking about how will it good for me to start even earning from the comfort of my home. I don't know what to do, but that was when I started planning it in my mind. But I don't know that I will even get across to meet this business online. So that was when I got to learn about this business, and I heard and heard. By the time I heard about this business, I think COVID has already packed load and be going. We have resumed back to the work, but not work actively. So that was when I now saw and heard, then I started this business. So, and it has been, if not for that experience, I'm sorry. I want,
Sorry,
I wanted to sneeze, but it just hung.
sorry.
So, if not for the experience of COVID and everything, you know, then I'm back at home. We have families at home. And despite the fact that there is COVID here that we cannot go, we still have to be supporting them in one way or the other. And there's nothing we can do if we cannot support them. Who else will support them? So the little that we are still getting here, we still have to get it across. Imagine we have enough. Imagine we have been working remotely before the COVID. You know, we will have that confidence to support our family back at home. That is the importance of we doing this business. And then it really affected me because during that period, my in my working place, we have to shut everything down. And then at the last day, the all the food that remain, you know, is the food and restaurants now. We shared it. So my company, they made a lot of loss, and then the manager she was not happy because I think they just stopped the fridge. So they don't have choice than all we the workers we have to share a lot of food and bring home. And some they even have to take it away. But nevertheless, we still benefit from it because it gave me time also to study some things online, and I was able to get some course done online as well. So all things work together for good. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you so much for your contribution. Sister Adiola, can we hear from you?
Okay, so how did the pandemic affect me? So it affected me in a lot of ways. So the first thing, I lost my business because prior to COVID, I was doing export business. I source food for people and I send it, abroad to Nigerians abroad, and I was doing pretty okay. Then COVID happened. At that time, I just became like pregnant for my second daughter. So COVID happened. We couldn't send food abroad. You couldn't go out. Nothing was going out and all. So that side of my that business just collapsed like that. Like I'm like, oh wow, it's something that was fetching me good money. It just like went. So it got me thinking that actually you have to like start thinking of something that you can do that irrespective of whatever was happening, you would be able to rise above it. And then I was pregnant because of COVID. I remember when I was at the hospital because of COVID, people couldn't come around. So I was kind of alone. Like I'm like, wow, I would have loved to have a familiar face, with me. And my husband works in the health sector. So I remember there was a COVID scare at his place of work. And for 2 weeks, he had to be isolated. So it was tough, because, anytime he goes to work, you are like, God, have mercy. People were, yes, because I've said that it wasn't so severe in Nigeria, but a lot of people died. So like, it's like you are going to the war zone, as it were. So you are afraid that, Lord, this business has gone down. God, nothing should happen to this man, or that kind of thing. And eventually we caught the COVID. In spite of all, I remember my second daughter was like 5 months, and then because COVID was bad, my husband could not smell anything, he couldn't taste anything. When you bring anything, I'll put fleet like this, and say nothing. I'm like, Lord, my first daughter was 2 plus. I had a 5 month old baby. Thankfully they didn't have it. But we couldn't, they will call me for their babies, they don't understand. We couldn't carry them, we couldn't. Thank God that I just got a help. So somebody was in the house with us. People couldn't come from outside. We had to tell everybody, please stay away. We have COVID. It was actually very trying to, and then we were so weak. I was just like, God, don't let us be like so, and then it was a wake-up call for me that, like I saw my life pass in front of me literally. And then it got me thinking that you have to do something. You have to, like, it just woke me up from like a deep sleep that your life is going, you have to do something. It made me realize that you have young children, you have small children, so you have to do something that, God forbid, nothing will happen, but at least they will be fine. And then, it got me thinking that what can I do that would, irrespective of what is happening in the world, you can still rise above it. So I started looking for, okay, what can I do online? You saw that a lot of people went back, people went online, Zoom. That's where we started having Zoom meetings, So I was like, yes. So now the next step or the next phase is to have a business online, and I started searching, and thankfully I got to know about this business online too, through YouTube. I just saw an ad of a Jamaican man that was living in Canada, and that's how I got to know about this business, online. So I was like, oh, this is what I was looking for, something to do, because it was really tough for me when I lost the export business. I'm like, wow, but at least thank God that I'm able to replace that business with something that I can carry around with me anywhere, pandemic, whatever is happening, my business is still, running. So
Absolutely.
that's what I want to say for now.
Congratulations to you for coming across the business, and thank you for your contribution. So my own story was similar to that of Sister Ganiya too, because I was working at the hotel and restaurant too. And then the whole thing, we had to shut down the whole thing. We couldn't go to work. We had to start working from home. So I started looking for what to do. Then I was praying. Most times during the COVID-19, you won't, most of it, I think that time when it was really rampant, it was around summer period. So we don't sleep early. So it was in the midnight that day. So I was just browsing through my phone, and I came across the ad. She's also a Nigerian living in Canada, and she was talking about this business. And out of curiosity, I just went through the comment section, and I saw all the reviews in the comment section. I said, okay, let me just try to make a lot of research about the business, and voila, I tried to get on board because I saw that the business ticked all the boxes for me. And aside from all the negativity from the COVID-19 period that happened, I believe there were positive things, positive impacts that this COVID-19 too had on individuals and families too. Because during the period too, a lot of people were able to come out of their shells, because most of the people that are now using the social media today is as a result of this pandemic period, because people were bored at home, they didn't have nothing to do. That's where we have the rise in content creators, we have high rise in the bloggers, and people were started working online, and all those companies that are selling digital products too, it was a plus for them, because all this Google Meet, it became viral then, because it's not as if they were not in existence at that period, but they were not in use as people started using it at that period. All these tech companies, they started producing a lot of products that would be useful to people. Like our children, them, they went into a lot of gamings and all these digital books too. People started reading online. So I won't say that the COVID-19 period, it was only the negative parts that impacted us much. There were also the positive side of it too that were able to benefit. And this business too has also been a blessing, because if you see majority of us that are doing it, it's not as if it was through somebody that told us about the business. It was online too that we found out about the business. And let's assuming that there were no internet or people were not working from home, maybe a lot of us will not have come across the business. So it has been a blessing to us that you are seeing us today. So if you are interested in this business, this is an opportunity for you. We are not coming here to make jokes, we are coming here to impact you so that at least you can find value in what we come here to tell you about all the time. This business has been a blessing to a lot of families and individuals. I can tell you, all you need to do is just to check this business out. We have our webinars Tuesdays and Thursdays. If it is not convenient for you to watch it at that time that we usually have the webinar, you have the chance to watch the replay. Take your future by your hands today, because time waits for no one. Tick tick tick, time just clock as every minute, you before you know it, the time is gone. We all have 24 hours in a day, yet we still complain that the time is not enough. I don't have time to do so, I don't have time to do that. But out of that 24 hours, people are making a lot of money. People are making, they are making changes in their life. So you have all our, what is it called? Our websites are on the screen. So you can decide to click on any one that you feel you want to click. Ask questions. Yorùbá ní "Á ọ̀nà kì í ṣìnà", whoever asks for information will get the right information. So please and please and please and please, if you need more information, do well to click on the website. Take your time to watch the webinar. It's a complimentary webinar. You are not paying to watch it. Thereafter, if you need further information, you can reach out to us. I believe our moms and my colleagues here, they have maybe one or two things that they want to say to our audience as a parting word before we finally have the closing remarks.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. And thanks to our audience that are watching live and those that are going to catch the replay. Well, my parting word for you tonight is, you've heard from everyone. You've heard from Sister Ganiat and Kafayat how they closed down. And we don't pray for any of this in the future. But I can tell you, the world is going global now. The world is going global. So this is your time to start something on the digital space. You need to start doing something online, honestly. But my advice to you is look for the right one. And that's why we're always here bringing out this information to you, to tell you that, look, this is a legit online business because we pay taxes and we come here live. We bring our family here. Sometimes you see us in reels and everything. And if this is not genuine, we won't be out here telling you about this and bringing our faces outside. Go on our website, just at least go and get the information. Just know what the business is all about by going on our website, sign up and watch the 90 minutes webinar. And if you need further clarification, reach out to any of us, anyone that resonates with you. And honestly, I can tell you, the way we felt when we watched the webinar, I'm very hopeful that that's what you will feel when you watch the webinar, and that will trigger you to take the further steps. So that's my parting word for you tonight.
Thank you so much.
My own is, what even really make me more happy about this business was last week. What happened last week, that we are all notified because all these website, they are changing their policy. They are asking everybody to update their website, and we hear that we are not even we don't know anything about techie. Our community that are handling the techie side, they email all of us telling us what to do, showing us a video of how to do it. What else do we want? So if they said video based and everything is in video based, we never do any tech thing at all. But this community, they showed us step by step how to go about it on our website by ourselves to regulate all the policy that is all this business provider they are bringing out. What else do somebody want in life? What mentorship or what coaching are we even looking for more than that? When you can see somebody that can tell you how to do something at every point in time, I think it is an opportunity for anyone watching us live and you are still doubting that it's still going to work for me or real. I'm telling you, this is real, because we as a mentor, we still have people above us also that is helping us, like our telp, like our coach, like other big people in the community. You should come and tap into that as well. I'm telling you, you will not regret. This business is only for those that are really looking for how to earn online. It's for it's not for everybody, but just for only people that are really looking to earn income online. You can see at the back of Sister Tolu, he said, learn how to earn income online. It's
Mm,
only for those people that want to. It's not for everybody because everybody cannot be working online. So
that's it.
if you know in your heart, your mind is telling you this is me, or you have been contemplating, I really want to start working online, and you don't know where to start from. This is the place for you to start from because we are going to teach you from A until you yourself can be able to start and start teaching others as well. So don't hesitate to reach out to anyone that you feel like working with, and then I'm sure Rintoluwa.
Excellent.
Thank you so much, Sister Ganiya. Any word from you, Sister Idiola?
Okay, so I would say something that whether we like it or not, the digital space or the digital world has come to stay. Social media has come to stay. So it's now left for us if we are going to harness the power of social media to make money, or we'll just use or social media will just be there for us to while away time. So it's actually one of the two. It's either you're using social media to while away time or you're using social media to earn money. But I think that the smart thing will be to use social media to earn income. And that is what we are doing. That is what our business is about. Using social media, the power of social media to earn income. And so I just want to encourage you today that don't time is going. Don't waste the the new the new money, oil money, like I used to say, is the social media, is the digital world, is the digital space. So tap into it and start building your own business. This is a business that you can live for your children when they are 18 years and above. So when you start building that legacy, now imagine what will happen when these children are 18 years and above. You too, you can rest. You know that you have. The Bible says that a good man leaves inheritance for his children's children. This is an inheritance you can leave for your children's children. And then it's even good because these are our children that are coming behind us. They are Gen Z and rishi like that. And they even know this social media more than us. So it is an opportunity, when you can tell them that this social media that that you can use it to earn money, and then they can help us, and then when they are 18, they can stand on their own and they can, pick up from where we have stopped. So I just want to implore you today, don't scroll away your life. Don't while away your time on social media. Use social media to start earning income. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beautiful mom. A
Thank you.
shout out to Uncle Adekunle Fajigbe. We need to give Uncle Adekunle a big hug for always
Always
watching us.
showing
In fact, a round of applause for Uncle Kule Ade. Where are you watching us from? Because we need to know. He has been an added fan of our show. He's usually
up.
here. He said he has been waiting for us. Thank you for the consistency. Thank you for always joining us. Thank you for loving our show. Thank you for leaving those likes and comments. We do appreciate it. And we have one of our business partners too. She's watching all the way from Germany. She's gracious. Thank you, gracious. Thank you for joining us. We
And we
appreciate
can
it.
also congratulate her. She signed a business partner yesterday as well. So
Ooh, that is smart.
Yes. Wow.
Congratulations to you and congratulations to the new business partner too, because you made a smart move. As
Smart
Sister
one.
Della said that the digital world has come to stay, and that is right. The online business has come to stay, social media has come to stay. So only the smart people will leverage into it. So you need to channel your energy into doing something tangible online aside from watching social content that will not add any value to your life. So we do not want to take so much of your time because we have said so much today and we believe we have added value to you. However, you think we have whatever we have said today. So it is now left for you to pick the points that are relevant to you. So today we are going and we are still going to come back next week for an exciting one. Next week we are going to have a very very important
Yes.
business colleague. She's a senior colleague in the business. She's going to be coming here. She's fully packaged, so we can't wait to have you. We can't wait for all those burning questions you have for us. You need to write out your questions because I know many people will have questions. Some are shy, they don't want to type into the comment section. Feel free to enter into our inbox. We are here for you to answer all your questions. Okay, so next week we are also going to be here, same time, same day, See you all. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye,
Thank you
everyone.
for watching.